Hello, can anybody hear me? Apart from Amaka. Who else? Taiwo Damilare. Also, sorry, let me not pronounce it. Michael. Tominson. Can anybody hear me? Just confirm. Just use an emoji to just confirm you can hear me. Oh, great. Okay, Michael can hear me. All right. Let's start. So last week I mentioned something about I think I went through UI designs and I went through some principles, right, of designs. I also showed you like some inspirational sites on how designers get inspired and how they design stuffs, right? So and I also give you an assignment to pick up one of your favorite application and design a few screens regarding that. So I would love to get I'd love to see that. So I'll start from Michael. I don't even mean last. I'm not sure, but I presume you should have watched the video, right? So Michael, do you have anything to show us regarding the assignment that was given? Do you have anything to show us regarding the assignment that was given? You're told to design some applications, like your best application, pick it from UI land, right? And design it. I showed OP screens, I showed money point screens, I showed different screens. So I don't know which one did you pick up and which one have you designed for us to see?
Sorry, good evening. I
Yeah,
don't
good
even know
evening.
that. I don't know that we were given an assignment actually,
Okay,
because
okay.
I was only in the last class.
Okay, we're in last.
But I was only in the last class.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
I'm very sorry.
Okay, no problem. And Taiwo Larry, do you have anything for us?
Yeah, actually, I tried designing an app, but I got to some point I was confused. I don't know if it's the design that is confusing you or
Okay,
probably
you
I.
actually attempted something. Am I
Yes,
correct? Can I
yes,
can
I
we, see-
attempted something.
can we see your attempt where you stopped?
Okay,
I want to see the reference and I also want to see what you actually tried to design. So while he's getting ready, Chris Day, Isaac, do you have anything to show us regarding the assignment I gave last week?
sorry, can I submit it on the group chat instead? Because I'm not on my system right now.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's fine. And group chat. I'm on the group chat. I'm on the group chat you are on.
Oh,
You can probably share it on your phone. I think so. I think you just share on your phone. What you want to submit?
Oh,
Is
I
it a
think you
link?
can drop the link here now so that we'll just open it up.
Okay. Is it a link?
no, 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 no. It's just like I took the screenshot of it.
Okay. 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 I think Amaka, can you drop it on the group and you can now share? Is it possible?
Yes, it's possible. Possible. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so you can share it on the chat on your group, and then she will just show us. All right, that's fine. So Chris Day Isaac, I don't know, I've not yet from you. Can you hear me? Chris Day Isaac.
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
All right, good evening. Do you have anything to show us?
Yes, I do, but not. I did like a login page of an e-commerce app.
Okay, which e-commerce app?
I just did something like I
Just
did.
a random one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Are you on your system?
No, but I have the image on my phone. Like I transferred it already.
Okay, you can send it to the group too, so that she will also show that as well.
Okay.
Um, yeah. Also, okay. So I don't want to pronounce that. I don't know how to pronounce it, but let me just. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. Good evening.
Yeah, please can you pronounce your name? Sorry, so that I will.
Also, Nivi, but you can just call me Nivi.
Okay, Navy. All right. That's good.
Yes,
Maybe. Good evening. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. So do you have anything to show us?
I wasn't in class. I wasn't in the class, but I have some screens I've worked on before now. So maybe I'll just send it to the group later on.
If you could send it now so that I can just review everything once and for all. All I want to do is just to review, and then we can move on to
Okay.
this as possible. So you can send it. I'd appreciate that. Okay, Desire Ubuna, good evening. Hello, Desire, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Yeah, good evening. How are you doing today?
Fine. Good evening,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, do you have anything to show us?
Yes, I have something to show you.
Okay.
Let's see if
Are you your laptop
Right.
or you want to show it on the group as well?
I'll screen share now, sir.
Okay, okay. All right, great.
Let's see if okay. So I took this. I was testing some of the things that we learned in class over here too. Then I took the WhatsApp design from UI Land and then remodeled
Yeah.
it to this.
Can
Modeled
you
it to
zoom in?
something like okay. So I used them their although I had some assistance
Okay.
with some other tools, but I did the language this thing and the login. I made it a login page. I'm currently trying to work on making the Samsung homepage, the mobile homepage for Samsung. So
Okay, so go to your WhatsApp design. Let me see something.
right here,
Okay, so your WhatsApp design, I'm saying choose your language. Is that a so if you go up, so why do you have choose your language at the left hand side and you have at the right hand side you have a blank green screen?
it's I want to add a plus button in the center to
At the center
also
of what?
add profile. At the center of here to add profile picture, to add the profile picture.
Click on control. You're on Windows, right?
Yes, sir.
Click on control and forward slash backward slash rather.
Yeah.
Yeah, on your keyboard, click on control and backward slash.
I'm doing that.
That's the one at the top, not the one with the question mark. I don't know how it looks like. Anyway,
Okay.
yeah, it's nothing is happening. Press both of them
Nope.
together.
I'm doing that right now. Nothing is happening still.
Maybe okay, no problem. That's fine. So okay, so you said that you wanted to add a plus at the center.
Yes, for profile. Yes, sir.
Where at the center? That's the center of where? Can you just point
Yeah.
it? Just leave me.
Yeah. So let me even do it now. No need to.
So if you're adding a plus, what is the essence of the plus? To add what?
To add the profile picture, sir. I don't know if it's very.
So
To add
why do you
for
want to add? Okay, go on.
for adding
Go on.
profile picture.
So why do you want to add the profile picture where you're selecting language?
So maybe it was not the best idea to do that.
Okay. So this is why I'm asking this question so that you understand the reason why you're doing some things. And I think I've said it previously. Maybe I didn't say it here, but like designing like product design or UIS as people will call it, it's not actually graphic. It's not actually graphic design niche in a way. When you are designing, you're designing with purpose, right? Not just to put things all around. Like you have to basically be able to articulate your design decisions. When you are doing something, you have to ask, okay, why? Because in your career, all through your career, people will always ask you why. Why did you do this thing? Why is this thing here? And you should always be able to answer them, give them response based on what you are doing, right? So I like the fact that yes, you took initiative to do something, and also you didn't also try to duplicate what was there. That's good. But also I'll have appreciated if you decided to replicate it instead. That way, when you are replicating it, you'll have seen that oh, this is what this is how these people did their own. Try to compare their own and your own together and try to see, okay, which one is final in quotes, right? If theirs is better, okay, what can I do to make it look like their own, to make it better, right? And I appreciated that as well. But yeah, notwithstanding, but when you're trying to design something by yourself, just trying to come up with an idea and design something and be innovative, you have to also be able to question yourself and ask, okay, why is this particular thing here, right? Now, in the numerous apps you've used so far, I'm sure you must have used quite a number of applications. You cannot see them having both profile picture and sign up are together. Like there's
Yes,
no
sir.
correlation, right? Because we've not created an account yet. So why do you need a profile picture? You only need a profile picture when you've created an account. So that is one reason why this particular design you are having here won't fly. Right. So, like I said, you need to have like okay, sorry, I want to just understand something. Is this a landing page or it's a mobile app?
No, yeah, mobile app. This is the mobile app, no mobile app. That's what I saw on UI Land. Sorry.
Let me see the green. Let me see the green. No, I'm talking about what you design. Let me see. Can you zoom in into the bottom? At the bottom, I'm seeing a black background inside that same
I'm-
distance. I want to just see what that is, what the content of that.
Okay. All right. Zoom into where, sir?
That's the go back to the what you designed. Go back to what you designed.
Okay.
You can press, you can use you can hold down control. Instead of pressing plus, you can hold down control and move your mouse. There's no trackpad. If you're using a hold down control and move your mouse front or back.
Okay, sir.
Or if you're having a roller, you can use that roller to roll it.
Okay.
Are you working using a mouse or are you using a trackpad?
The part, sir.
A pad. So what we can do, okay, I think is that what you're doing? Hold control and then you touch with your trackpad, try to move up or move down.
Okay.
With your two fingers.
Okay. It's working.
I can't
This is how
see
we
it.
should-
I can't see it zooming. I don't know. Maybe it's just my screen.
I'm seeing it now, though.
Okay,
Should I
can't see.
reshare?
Don't worry. So I'm seeing user friendly quick language switch. Where did all that come from?
Here?
That's where you have that black thing. Yes. Where you have that black the black background at the bottom.
Okay.
Where
It's
that come from?
yeah, it's not original. It's not original. I copied some I asked the prompt for things that should be on the footer. So it gave me some
Okay.
of these things.
So that's what that's what I was asking. Are you actually working on what you actually designed? Is it a mobile app or a landing page?
So it's a mobile app, sir.
Mobile app don't have footers.
Ah,
Do you understand? So if you probably go to a website today, like what you probably design is just like a landing page. You go to a website today, you go to the bottom, that's on your mobile screen, you will find out that it has their footers at the bottom. But a mobile app, have you so what bank do you use?
GT.
Does the GT have a footer?
No, it does not.
Okay. What other bank do you use?
Could
Does Kuda have a footer?
no, sir.
But if you go to kuda.com, you will see a footer there. That's because kuda.com is a landing page or a website. So it has a footer. The mobile apps do not need footers. Do you get? So you need to be able to, that's why one thing as a designer you need to know, right, is to be able to understand. I'm coming Navy, is able to understand and study like the various platforms, right, and the various products. So as a designer, you can design mobile apps, you can design landing pages for websites, right? You can design web apps, right? You can design watch operating watch interfaces, right? Limitless. So for you basically need to know, okay, what are the devices I'm designing for and what are the products, right? What are the screen sizes? Those things matter a lot. What I'm seeing here, you're trying to design a landing page, but then you're doing it on Okay, this is even a wait. Oh, this is a web. I think. Okay, no, hold on. It is 360. It's a mobile screen. So yeah, so you're trying to design a landing page inside a mobile screen. So there's mobile app, there's mobile screen. Mobile screen, you can have a website and do a mobile screen for it, which is like a mobile responsive. And that's why when you go to a particular website on your phone today, it's not showing you the big thing that you see on your desktop. It's showing you a stringed version. That stringed version is like the mobile responsiveness, right? And all that. So no less what I'm just trying to say here is that the idea behind this is kind of not clear because I'm seeing a combination of both UI elements that are supposed to be used for landing pages. I'm seeing it on your mobile app. Quite contradictory. Even the top, where you say choose your language, that is showing more like a hero section, right? So it's kind of contradictory. So that's something you need to look into. So what our advice you do is try to study different. So when you go to when as a designer, what I expect to start doing now is that when you visit the landing page for the first time, try and observe what is going on. Try to look at the color, the typography, look at how everything is laid out. When you download a new mobile application, right? A CarryWise, a Piggyverse, a GT, a CUDA, an OP, look at the application. How does it look and feel? Is to give you an idea on how mobile apps look like and how they are being designed. You understand my point? So I don't waste much time. I think that will be all for me. So what I need to do right now is to try to replicate current existing designs. It will let you understand how to. So right now, I don't expect you to start innovating by yourself and say, "Oh, I want to do something. I want to give ChatGPT this." No, you don't have to do that right now. What you have to do now, replicate designs. You see any design somewhere, replicate it. By doing that, you'll basically be understanding the principles behind designing for each particular screen, each particular type, right, of products, either for mobile app, for websites, for landing pages. You understand what are the expected requirements, the expected UI elements that are meant to be provided. You understand me? So yeah, that's it. Nivi, can you go on to the question, please?
So I can stop sharing.
Yeah, you can stop sharing. You can stop. Thank you very much. You can stop sharing. Nivi doesn't seem to be on the call. I'll just take two more people. Emmanuel Ojo, can you hear me?
Yeah, good evening, sir. Can you hear you?
Yeah, good evening. When you last?
Yeah, I was.
Okay, so do you have anything to show me regarding the assignments?
I actually did something, but unfortunately, I'm not here with my laptop, like because of power issue. But
Okay,
I
I don't.
tried to recreate this cheaper apps. I got it from the UI design
Okay,
website.
cool. But you don't have a
Yeah,
screenshot to show.
to be honest, like my system, I don't even know that the class have started already. I thought it's by 9 because when I get there, I saw that they already sent a link at 8 o'clock. So I'm just saying it right now. So I join quick.
No,
Maybe
no,
next
no.
time.
Okay, let's just actually even starting. So it's by nine
Okay.
too. Just starting.
Okay. I
Okay,
think it's
Chris
by 8.
Day, go on. No problem, no problem. It's fine.
All right.
Chris Day, please go on.
Um, the work I did, should I send it to the WhatsApp group, the general WhatsApp group?
Yeah, you can send it. Maka should probably present that.
Okay.
All right. Who else? Let me pick someone. Jacinta, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good
Yeah,
evening.
hi.
Good
Good
evening.
evening. How's
Please,
your
I'm
day?
kind of lost. Fine, fine. I'm kind of lost because I don't know. I don't know when we normally have meeting and assignment and the assignment. I don't know how come the assignments.
Okay, when you last class?
Yes, I was, but I didn't stay till the ending.
Okay, probably that's why. So I gave an assignment during the class, actually. So
Okay.
probably that's why you didn't actually know. But that's fine. Who is sharing? Okay, it's Amaka. All right. Can you?
So that is me. I think this is for this is Dre Lord. I'm not sure who that is anymore on this call right now.
I am.
Okay,
Oh,
Taiwo. Yes, that's for Taiwo.
okay. Can you try the Zoom meeting? Thank you. Yep. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So which one is the reference image? Are you telling me the one by the right hand side is yours? Taiwo,
No, the one by the left hand side is mine. So I got confused.
okay. Okay, so what was the conversation all about?
Yeah, how to recreate the color and the shapes that are in the mobile app on the left hand side.
So I don't think at this point you need to be stressing yourself out much on the big things. These are gradients, right? And obviously you don't actually understand how gradients work right now. What I expect right now is that try to look for simpler designs that are simple in terms of the color. Now, in terms of the design, I don't think you should have any issue. Like apart from this gradient here, right? You can even use a solid color, right? But I also expect that you should be able to design the screens normally. So the text, effortless banking simplified, just a big text, put a small text below it, right? Make the background black. Your button, have a button. Next, go to the next screen. You have a what do you call it? You have a overlay at the top first, then bottom is white, is all white. Then input all the icons, you put the avatars, right? And then you have your navigation below. Go to the next screen as well, right? You have your the amount, you have the charts, you have transactions and all that. So I don't, yeah, so maybe because I'm the one saying it, but yeah, what I expect at this point is that while you are trying to even design some stuffs and you hit a blocker, you yourself take the pain, go to YouTube. Okay, how can I? That's how you learn, sincerely, and you have to be consistent. You shouldn't just say, okay, I've hit a blocker, I've stopped, and that's all. I'll wait again till like someone can push me through. No, you yourself take initiative. Go on YouTube. Okay, how can I create ingredients? Okay, how can I design a mobile app screen? Okay, how can I do this? That is how you learn. Gradually, you are picking up, and then you're able to do stuffs. Right? Do you understand my point? So I'm expecting that you should have done something. I think it's over a week already. So I'm expecting that I wasn't expecting more. Right? That these guys will have done stuff, would have blown my mind, but anyway, it's fine. It's a good attempt, but also, like I said, you shouldn't just wait if you're probably confused on something. Try to do your research yourself. There's YouTube. Today, there's like you have everything you need, every single thing you need to be able to do whatever you want to do. Right? Just search internet. Okay, how can I create a mock-up? How can I do this? How can I do that? And it's as simple as that. So, yeah, that's just it. Let's move on to the next person, please. So that we don't. Time is already going. Time is on our side. Chris, do you still have a question? Hello, Chris Day. Do you still have a question?
No, sir.
Okay, you can lower your hand. All right. Is that all, Maka?
I think that's all I can see right now.
Okay, Nivi, you had your hand up before you dropped off previously. Do you still want to ask a question? Hello, Nivi, are you there? Okay, let me just take a last person. Ojo Samson. Are you there, Ojo Samson?
So there's okay.
Sorry, go on.
So someone dropped this link. I think this is for Hassan. He should be on the call. I'm dropping the link in the chat.
Okay, let me open it up.
Yeah.
So I'll be sharing my screen. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay. I'll just share my entire screen. Okay. So confirm you can see my screen, please. Oh wow, this is brilliant. This is a good trial. It's a good trial. So although there are some things, but yeah, let's go over it once together. I can't move this ball. So this is the reference image, right? And this is what he designed. So if we look at it from here, let's try observing. Hello, Vanessa. Hello, Vanessa is here. But if we look at this, can you see the margin? 43, 16, 16, 16, 16. But then these two are out of place. They are not aligned at all. Alignment, that's another issue. This one too is not aligned. This ought to also be 16, but it's not aligned. Right? If you look at this, you can see that this particular image is directly on this, aligned, totally aligned. So that's why I mentioned the fact that when you design screens, you basically understand reasons why some things are the way they are. Look at hello Vanessa and welcome to this. They are on the same line. In addition to this particular search bar, they are all on the same line. They are all aligned, right? But to make use of yours, it's basically not aligned. So if you look at this now, I don't think I'm able to drag this. Oh, I'm not able to. I wish I was able to. Well, yeah. Now, then you have next, you have select your trip, the next trip, right? South America. This, what's the size of this? This is 24 pixels. This is 24. This is 16. This is 24 pixels. That is big. Or a search that is big. Well, I'm not sure this is the same size. Well, either ways. Then here, if you look at this here, you see that this particular image, this particular text is readable. Even if it is this color, you can see that this particular text is readable, easily readable. Now look at this, right? Your Brazil, I'm struggling to read your Brazil. Yeah, because the moment it enters this particular blue, I'm not able to see it very well. Now, reason why yours is different from this is due to the fact that here they added a color, a black color background, and black overlay that will make sure that this text is readable. So sometimes when you're trying to add text on images, you have to ensure that those images, right, have those images have like an overlay, a black overlay that will make it more readable. And you have Seymour. This of Seymour is, I mean, it's 16, and you can see the button is very big. This button is way, 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 way big, right? 79 is too big. Then I think you have your icons. Okay, then next you have this. This also, I don't think it's aligned, and I think it's also even slanted. The way you look at it is slanted. It's not supposed to be slanted. It's an angle of this. It's not supposed to be slanted. This 27, it has to be aligned as 16. Right, if you're using 16, use 16. That's my own preference. Anyways, you can decide to use the bigger different one, but there are so many regularities. This 32 and this 27 again. That alignment is an issue. Then this also, this is 42, this is 55, this is 32, right? And I think this is also okay. It's also at an angle. This is your line too, also at an angle. You need to be careful about that. These two, right? So if you look at this, you see that there's also a small line here. Because there's not where are you carrying all this space to? It's just make your design too clunked up, and then it now that's smooth and smooth feeling. That smooth feeling will not be there. That affects that smooth feeling. Then you have upcoming tours. This is 27. This is 20. What is it again? This is 23. You can see the irregularities, right? So many irregular stuffs. This also is not aligned with this. This one is 42. So many misalignments. And then last one, you have this also at an angle, which should not be. This one too is 32. Then the same thing. Okay. Here, sorry, the last here it says at an angle, 32. Touch schedule 21. You can see there is no kind of consistency in your spacing, in your alignment. Then if you look at this, now look at what this person did here. The color here is kind of gray, but yours is black. What the person simply did here was to use a different shade of black. I'm guessing you are using 00000. A lot of people will say it's not good to use 0000, but yeah, you can also take that advice too. And so this is supposed to be gray, a gray outline, but this actually is a black outline. So, and the reason why people don't use black outrightly is because it's much easier to work with gray. Gray makes your design look simple, makes your design look come out clean compared to, and that's by constant practice. So even the shade of gray you make use of is based on constant practice and your consistency. You've been able to practice and practice and practice. You get a very good shade that works for you. So that is just the idea. And yeah, overall nice work. But also even here you can see morning, afternoon, evening. There is an hierarchy. Your morning is smaller, and then the color also is actually like off, right? The color is actually like a lower shade. So I mentioned something last class. I said you can determine hierarchy of text using one, the height, the font size, the font color, the font width. Here, what they made use of was the color and also the font size. Now look at yours. Your morning and your arriving, these are the same size. You have to, let's check it out. This is 16 pixels. Is 16 pixels, which should not be right. Even though yes, you have your the font width and are different, but also the sizes should not be different based on what you are seeing here. And that's why I keep saying that these things will actually train your eyes, be able to know, oh, this person did it this way. Why did you do it that way? Okay, because of this reason, because of this reason. That's how you grow. So that's we've spent over half time already. Let's go to the next thing. Okay, I think I said that was the last person. So let's move on to the next class. So like I said, the only way you can actually be the best at what you're trying to learn is by being consistent. Right? Yeah, Azan, nice work. Got to mention that. Nice work. So the best way you can actually like be the best is just to be able to continue to be consistent, continue practicing. You may look very may look somehow now, but think about the next 1 year, next 2 years. You should be picturing yourself like, oh, I should have been able to start doing this. Like I should have started doing these things like this. I should have improved greatly. So imagine someone that stops now and then doesn't do anything later on, and then at the end of the day, now find out, oh, he has wasted much time. So if you start now, by this time next year, you're going to have 1 year of experience, right? And it's something for you instead of just having to procrastinate and then at the end of the day. Because one thing I've seen so far is most people don't get it and they feel that, oh, this is not doing, I'm not able to do this thing, or they procrastinate and they are not consistent. At the end of the day, they leave it and do something else. Which like the later on they will start saying, oh, I don't understand that thing, Jerry. Not knowing that probably because they're not consistent. So yeah, everybody's busy and all that, but yet if you want to learn something, put your mind to it. Okay. Desire, do you want to say anything? Okay.
Sorry, my mic was sorry.
No problem. All right, let's go to today's class. So I'm going to share my screen again. So for today, we're talking about interactive prototypes. How does interactive prototype work? Now you've made the designs, right? I'm still expecting you guys to still go back. I'll drop let me drop the link to the inspiration site again. It's uiland.design. I want you guys to go there, pick up the someone can probably copy it to your group chat, I don't know, and paste it there. Pick up your favorite applications, try to go through it, try to design them yourself. I'm not telling you to innovate now, go and design something different. Try to design those things you are seeing, what you are seeing, design it yourself. Now, from doing that, you are going to be able to understand how some decisions are being made, right? Where to place this button, where to place this. I'm sure you guys must have been taught about user research, yeah, and all those things. So you're able to really go into that. But some of these things inform your design decisions at the end of the day. When the customer say, oh, I remember designing something one time, and then the customer didn't even see it. So take for instance, I designed a mobile app and I put a particular banner somewhere. And I say, okay, this thing is for verifying your account. And the person just opened the app and just glanced through. Then went on that thing. I was expecting him to look at that, but when I asked him, I said, "Alpha, did you say anything on that one?" He said, "No, I didn't say anything. No, I checked it. Oh, the person didn't say, oh, this thing is here. I didn't see it." To me, that said, oh no, this color is probably not too obvious. Let's make sure this color is obvious at the get-go. So those are things that actually inform how you design, right? Data, and also you being able to talk to people. Like you've been able to say, oh, how do you think this thing? It's not just about how it's been fine, but also about how usable it is, right? So let me quickly go to the design. So this is a sample design, right? I'm just going to just show you how it looks. So this is the UI for the design, right? Sorry, this is loading. Okay, back. This is the UI for the design, right? It's a budgeting application, blah blah blah. Now I'm just showing this is a full application actually, so you can see the different screens. It's a full application. So now so now what I want to just show is how prototyping works basically. Now prototyping basically is a tool. It's a way of presenting your designs to stakeholders. So take for instance, you design something. How can you show someone that, oh, this is how this design works? So like prototyping itself is like more like a look-alike of the final thing, right? Before anybody writes code for this particular product you're working on, how can I feel it? What is the experience looking like? What are the end-to-end interactions, the user flow? Right, think about it. Okay, just think about it this way. What is the flow for me being able to so okay, let me get a volunteer in the call. Am I picking now? Okay, Mary, question. Can you hear me, Mary? Mary, question, are you there? Okay. Nivi, are you there?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So do you use what bank applications do you use today?
GT Bank.
GT Bank. So okay, what other one do you use?
OP.
Okay, OPay. Okay. So okay, if you want when you want to transfer, when you want to make a transfer, no problem. When you want to make a transfer on your OPay applications, what is your process look like?
Okay. I log into the app. Then
Okay.
there's this transfer button there. There's the option of transfer there. So I click on that.
Yeah, there's
Inside
one
the
of
account.
transfer.
Yes, there is.
Are
I
you
think so,
sure
yes.
that is what you see?
Mm-hmm. Let me go and check. Let me be sure.
Like you're not actually telling me like the process. You're just telling me, okay, this is what
Like
happens.
you log into the app, then
Mhm.
you have this pop-up screen where you have options like to OPay, to bank, then withdraw.
Exactly, that's what I'm expecting you to say. So there are two different parts there. Transfer is not just one part. There are two different parts, right? So you have to select, okay, how do you want to do your transfer? This way on OPay account or to a bank app, right? So a bank account, that is the user flow. One user flow is okay to OPay. Another user flow is okay to bank account. Another user flow is okay airtime. So as a designer, you design the entire experience, like the entire thing. So if you look at, I think we're checking some of the applications and you're seeing 440 something screens. Those are the small of screens you are going to design as a designer. And that's why the amount designers are being paid or the amount designers bid for is not beans, right? Some designers can design a mobile application and they can get paid 1 million naira for just that application alone that they designed. Some are working working on any salaries and they are doing very so like there's a lot of things that go in, a lot of thoughts that go into this. So it's not just, oh, I want to design something very fancy. It's a lot of thought process, right? Okay, what is the next step after I do this thing? When someone designed the app when normal transfer came into play, okay, some people should be able to make transfer normally. Okay, what is the next step, right? Normally, why didn't they say, okay, when you just enter the person's name, right, and enter the amount, just go straight. No, they have to ensure they're also designed for trust and security, right? Now, there's different particular experiences that go into all these things, different thought process. Okay, no, people shouldn't be. Many people have complained about people defrauding them. Let's add PIN verification. Then after that time, after PIN, people find out, I want to transfer 100 naira, but I enter transfer. I'm sure most of you will also be able to testify to this. Someone wants to buy airtime of 350 or 35. He wants to buy airtime of 35,000. Then start asking, oh, who wants to buy airtime? That's a big issue. Now, that issue could have just been resolved normally with a very good user experience. And it says that the customer indicated, okay, I want to buy airtime. He typed out the amount. It brings up a confirmation screen. Confirm. Are you sure this is the amount you want to transfer? Right? Now, those are like the things that actually propel. So, designing a seamless experience is it's not just about designing a UI or making something fancy. It's about ensuring that end-to-end there's an end-to-end process that works, right? Now, back to what we're looking at. Now, this is a particular flow. This particular application is used for budgeting. Now, so this is last screen. This is the home screen. This is the next screen. So you can actually see the interaction that happened here now, right? The screen entered inside, came in. Not that. So there are different triggers. There are different interactions that happen. I'm going to show you the interaction in detail so that we'll go through. But let me just show you how this interactive prototype works. So now I click on a particular language and I click on continue. Now if you look at something, you find out that before I clicked on this thing, this button was not enabled. You can see that. Now that's an interaction. When I click on something, it comes to life. That is an interaction, right? And that way you're also making sure that your users are not confused. Because imagine this button was enabled and then I'm clicking on continue, and it's not going. And it's telling me because I've not selected something. Why is the button not enabled? That's an experience. So but you have to make sure that your users are able to understand what you are doing. And also you don't reinvent the wheel. Don't go and say, oh, people have been using normal carts for checkout in e-commerce platforms, but this time I want to use something else. I want to change it to maybe using a bag. No, not a bag. Maybe using a pot or something else, something different, right? You don't reinvent the wheel. People are already used to one particular thing. When they see this, when you see a cart, you should think, oh, market. You think, oh, buying something, right? It's something that people can actually relate to. So those are things that you need to also to know about. Now, hi, I prefer English. I click on continue. Okay, these are the what do you call it? These are the onboarding screens, right? These are the onboarding screens. You can see how it is changing and telling me, oh, now what is the importance of this? It's not just a cliche thing. It's actually to let people know, okay, what is this platform all about? That is why you have all these onboarding things here. Before you enter into the application, start giving you a preview of what to expect. That way, users are actually motivated to continue to create accounts. So imagine if there's not, even imagine if this is not here, just go straight to login and sign up. And of course, I'll have seen it in my Google Play Store or my App Store that all these what the apps do. But you also give me that first-hand information before time. Improve the experience because I say, oh, stay on budget. Cultivate a savings culture. Like those things inspire me and motivate me to just take a step further. So that's why your job as a designer is to ensure the users using your product take a step further. Like they are able to continue to the very end. They don't stop. They don't pause. Right? They don't just say, oh, I'm tired of this thing. Or they don't just take one step and just drop off. You have to ensure they are converting. Right? Now, I click on create account. I enter my phone number. Right, you can see also this one. You can see something here showing lowercase, uppercase, numbers, special characters. At least normally for some apps, when I type in the password, normally they will just tell you to just create some characters. Type in the password. Let's not take for instance the password. Let's take for instance the password is not as complete. The button will be enabled. Now click on continue and say, oh no, it's you need to select 8 characters. No, just tell me from here. You can see here these are selected. It's telling me that oh something is still missing. This is user experience. Something is still missing, right? And then I complete it, and then I check my box, and then I can continue. Right, I can see the interactions moving from one screen to another. I enter my OTP, I get the OTP, I click on continue. I enter a few more information, more details about myself, click on continue. Verify my email address as well, and then I'm now asked, okay, how do I hope to use this particular platform? I select my option, I click on continue, and then I'm told to complete a basic profile. Completed that one. Now I need to do the next one. You can see that this other one is disabled, like it's blurry, because why I'm doing that is because I want this user to focus on what I put before him. Now this one has been checked. You can see completed. That's like completed. The other one is that is not checked. One that is not blurry. That's the second one. So I'm pushing the user to perform a certain action, right? User experience is actually like you telling a story. Do you understand? So you designing should be like you telling a story. Let users be able to relate to what you are trying to do here. Now if you can set the currency, I select the currency I want. I click on save. Then I come back here again. Link the currency is enabled now. Click on this. Then card, bank account. Then confirm that. Enter my phone number. The bank account check. And complete. Continue to the next thing. Then I click on continue. Create my PIN. This comes up. Right. You can see what happened now. There was no magic that happened. This thing just came up by itself, and then that was it. Right. I can't create it successfully. Right. Yeah, what I used here was a delay. A delay timer that when I click on this button, there should be a delay of this thing to just come up at once without like touching it, without touching anything. Just come up. I'll show you those interactions shortly. Continue. Now I'm here. You can see I can drag this now. I can also drag this too. That's like showing you how this thing just basically looks. Right. Now these are expenses. Can scroll. Right. I can scroll. Now I can view all. Can view all. Right. See information. I click on edit budget. Edit the budget. Continue. Okay, I like this. Continue. You don't want to change anything. I can add a new one. I can remove. Continue. I can add new expense. I can continue. Right. I can save budget. That's why I mentioned that as a designer, you can design multiple number of screens, right? Basically, and that's because you want to be able to tell a story that after this thing happened, after this thing was clicked, what is the next state? So you are actually involved in like knowing what happens. You must be able to know what happens. If I click on this button, something should happen. What is that thing that will happen? That is your job as a designer to, right? That is your job as a designer to answer, right? And you need to be able to have all this information at your fingertips, because as a designer, you're the one in charge, actually, of the entire experience, right? Making sure users are comfortable with whatever they're using, and there's no issue, right? Now, let's move. So, can create a new budget. I think we already went through this already. So let me just move. Then you have expenses, right? Transactions, right? Summary, add an expense name. Let me just go back. Then you have savings. You have savings. Click on savings, right? Confirm savings, right? You can withdraw to bank. Tap to enter PIN, withdraw successful, right? Simple as that. Then reports, expense reports, income reports, right? And all those things. So yeah, basically that. You can also see a sidebar, profile, payments, forum, settings, forum, right? Take me to forum. So basically you just have those things there, and the whole essence of this is just for you to be able to know, okay, how does this thing ties together. Now if you come here to the application itself, you find out that there are a lot of various spider webs up and down, right, which are showing here that what are all these things looking like. Now these are the connecting dots. These are things you use to connect your screens to ensure they're interactive, they're able to work. I'm going to see share some other info, what do you call it, some other examples. So now if you come here, but click on this particular dot, okay, how does now this particular connection, right, is something that is something that connects this screen to this screen. Now you need to find out, okay, what's the relationship between these two screens? How do they connect to each other? Let's click on it and find out. Now if you click on it, you'll find out that now there's something we call trigger, something we call delay, something we call action, destination, animation, blah blah blah. Now for trigger is talking about, okay, what should happen, like what should actually make like what should actually push this thing to the next stage? What should push it to the next? Let's see the various options. Now there is on tap. That's when you click on something to go to the next screen. There is on drag. That's when you drag something. If you remember when I was checking the app and I was trying to scroll through the cards that were at the top, that's on drag, right? So while hovering, that means when you're hovering on something, when you're putting your mouse on something, when you press something on game gamepad, key gamepad. Now there are some people design game applications and they work based on the keyboard. So in the game applications, if I press T, this thing should happen. If I press L, this thing should happen. If I press K, this thing should happen. So that's why if you look at sometimes some games where generally even Figma itself, all these things are designed. Imagine designing Figma in Figma. So yeah, all these things are actually designed that way, so that today there are shortcuts. You want to be able to scale, press K. You want to be able to draw a circle, press O. You want to be able to draw a frame, press F. You want to be able to draw a rectangle, press R. Like those things have been actually like curated already, right? And they actually work with. So that's interaction, the key interaction. Now there's mouse enter, meaning that when your mouse enters a particular scene, something should happen, right? Let's say, for instance, you're on a website, and this happens mostly with websites. When you are scrolling and your mouse should enter a particular region, something should happen. When your mouse leaves a particular region, something should happen. When your mouse touches down, something should happen. When your mouse touches up, something should happen. Then it's after delay, meaning that after a particular period of time, do something, right? Now let's look at this particular interaction. After a delay, after a period of 1200 milliseconds, right? Navigate. What should you do now? After a period of 1200 milliseconds, what should happen? What should you do? Navigate to. Coming to navigation, you can see there's back, there's scroll, there's open link, there's set variables, there's set variable mode, there's conditional. You will learn those things. Those are more advanced. But let's talk about the basics, so I won't really complicate matters. But let me just talk about the basic ones that you need to know, which are I will exclude the set variable and the conditional aspects. Those are more technical, so I don't want to really confuse you. Now, but ones we need basically for right now are these basic ones: the navigate, the back, the scroll to, the open overlay, swap overlay, and close overlay. Now, coming to what do you call it? Coming to navigate. Navigate means move to this one, like go to this one. That's navigation. Now, back is talking about, so take for instance, you press a button. That button should go back to the previous place it was before you came to that place. So what is what I mean? Now, if I'm on this side, I'm on this particular screen, and I click on back, the back should come here. But I'm on this particular screen, and I came here from here, right? If I click on back, it should come back to this screen. That is back. Back is going back to the previous scene, the previous screen where you were before you came to that screen. That is back. Let's go forward. That's navigation. So then you also have scroll to. So I'm sure you must have seen on some websites today whereby it's a one pager, but when you click on a button, it just scrolls down and goes to the bottom or goes to a particular section. That is the scroll to. That's how the scroll to works, right? So it's like a one pager landing page where you just click on, maybe there's home, there is services, there's about. I just click on about. It just just brings everything down to that particular section of the landing page. That's what that scroll to is used for. Then there's open link. Open link is just simply opening a particular link, right? Opening it externally. That's open link. Then you have, I'll say I want to exclude these three because they're technical. Then it's open overlay. Open overlay is just simply saying when you click on this particular button, it should bring up a pop-up, like an overlay, something that come up. You remember when I was showing you this particular let me go back when I was showing you the let's go back. So okay. Please sign out. Okay. So when I was showing you the K. Save this. Okay. Now let me go to continue. When I click on continue, I'm going to set the pin. Now The next thing that come up, you can see that is a pop-up. That is like it's an overlay. You can see the color will change. I'm sure you must have seen this in your day-to-day applications. OPay today, when you want to transfer, OPay first give you an overlay to confirm. That is what an overlay is called, right? So it just gives you that particular modal, more like a modal that comes up, or bottom sheets, as we usually call it technically. Then you now have also you have swap. Swap means that, oh, you want to swap between this. Swap does simply means that when I click on this thing, let's switch places, right? I'm going to show you how this instances, how this works. Let's switch places. Then there's close overlay, meaning that when you click on that particular button, that particular modal just closes. But then there's swap. Swap means, oh, this thing is here, this thing is here. When I click on this one, let's swap to each other. That is swap. Next, we have destination. That destination is talking about the particular next screen you're moving to, you're linking to. So this screen linking to this screen that is being linked is the destination. Next, you have moving. Now, these are the animations. Now, what are the animations looking like? There's instant, there's dissolve, there's smart animate, there's moving, there's move out, there's push, there's slide, there's slide out, slide and slide out. Now, instant is only being used in some rare cases whereby you actually do not want any really big thing to happen. Instant is like instantly. There's no real interaction. There's no real serious big deal happening, right? It's just at once. That's instant. Dissolve is something. Dissolve is an experience that will show you. Okay, so let me just show you how that is looking like. There should be an instance of dissolve here. So this is instant. Now for this one, I don't really need. Now let me show you what I'm trying to say. Okay. Now this is it. I'm using instant in this interaction between this one and the next screen. Now if I click on this, because it's instant, I don't need it to do any big deal, do any gymnastic. Now imagine if I turned it to something. Now let me show you. This is instant, but I use dissolve. Look at how dissolve looks like. Let me go back. I use dissolve. You can see that. Look at it, right? It is quite different from that particular experience is quite different from the instant one, right? Because it's a dissolve, like it's more like just a mild instant, but it's just slow. You get that is how it looks like. If you look at it, if you observe it properly. Now, let's now try other ones. Let's try smart animate. Smart animate is going to also look the same too, but look at it. Also the same too. That's almost the same thing as the dissolve. Let's try moving and see how moving looks like. You can see moving. Does it make sense? Doesn't make sense. I'm clicking on this particular button. Why is it moving to the side? It shouldn't move. Moving to the side should only happen when you're going to a next phase. But this particular screen and this screen, they are interconnected. As you're able to click on something and it checks, I don't have to see a swipe. That's so it is that guide the interaction that you create. Do not create any interaction and say, oh, let's just moving. No, you have to understand the psychology behind, oh, when I click on something, what should happen? What is the expected response? Right? You need to be able to put yourself in that experience. Now let's check other ones. There's moving, there's move out, obviously. Move out is almost the same thing. That one goes out, right? It's almost the same thing. They also have push will push out that particular push will push out that particular what do you call it? This particular screen. So look at it now. That's pushed it. There's move, there's push. There are two different things. Look at move. This is push. Push that particular screen outside. You can also see the example. See the example here. This will give you an instance. Now look at the move. Move just moves it. Look at it, just moves it inside. It's in the same, more like putting it as an overlay, but it just moves it inside. Right? See, it just moves inside. That's move. Then if you look at slide is almost the same thing. Just slide it out. Right? So let's look at it. Slide. You can see slide or slide it out. Right? But it's still push. So the best interaction here should just be instant, because I'll just click on the button one. There's no big deal about now start doing one big deal, right? You get my point. So that's just it. Now that's the animation for instance. So let's look at dissolve. Let's just look at dissolve. Now if you pick a particular animation apart from instance, you have an option of selecting how you want that particular animation to happen. Do you want it to ease in, to ease out, ease in and back, ease out and back, ease in and out back, custom bezier, or gentle, or quick, or bouncy, or slow, or custom spring? Now look at it. Let's talk about these ones first. This is gentle. Gentle is just, it just moves gentle. So you can see it just moves gentle. Now there is quick, very quick, right? There's bouncy, very bouncy, like look at it, just goes. You can see very bouncy. There's slow, moves in slowly, moves in slowly. Then there's custom, where you can actually like customize how you want your experience, how you want the experience to be, right? So these are like some advanced stuff, but don't worry, let's not go to there. So let me show you an example of how gentle works now. So look at the gentle. That's gentle. Now I'm to use, okay, there's no really big thing happening, but let me use bouncy. Fire at the, is this, you can see it. You can see how it's reverberated. It just had that thought, right? So now let's change this back to stand. So let's move on. So let me just show you. So now for these ones now, what happened basically here was just after delay. So that means that, okay, after a certain period of time, change it to this one. After a certain period of time, change this one. After a certain period of time, change it back to this one again. That is just what you saw, right? That's like the gymnastic that happened there. And the timing is also important. This timing is in milliseconds. So you have to be able to calculate it in seconds. So I'm saying after 3.2 seconds here, this is 3.2 seconds, right? After 3.2 seconds, show this one. So you can see here, if I move, you can see after 3.2 seconds, 1, 2, 3, to change, right? 1, 2, 3, it changes. That is how it's supposed to work, right? So that's basically what happens here. And you can also try to change the experience from just dissolve. I can change this one to, okay, let me use this gentle. So when I designed this, gentle has not come out. The gentle part is a new feature. When I designed this, the gentle feature had not come then. So then you can see gentle, right? So there's that. Let me change it for this one too. So gentle, oh no, gentle here. Okay, let me even use bouncy so we can see this. So let's go back. So 1, 2, 3. Let's now see the bouncy feature. You can see how it does. So that's how the experience is. Then you have the slow, that's the slow motion. Now you have easing. This is talking about the ease in, there's linear too, right? Linear is just like the default, right? Linear is just like the default, just have some experience. But now the easing is in the fact that when that particular experience happens, right? That thing comes in ease. It just happens, just comes in, right? Now we are not talking about ease out. That when, like, at the end of that experience, it just eases out, right? Then easing and out means that it happens both sides at the same time, right? And then you have ease out and back. The best way to explain this is actually for you to actually even try it yourself and see how that works. So I don't waste too much time on the call. Change to gentle. Now let's come over to here's the next thing. Okay, yes. This is how the overlay works. Now the overlay, what I'm doing here is this. I'm saying, okay, for this screen, how do I make sure that this particular overlay comes up? So from here, I say, okay, after a delay, right? After it should even be like this. I think it's after this one that I am taking it here. But for this one, I'm saying, so after you enter pin, you create a pin, then you confirm the pin. What I'm saying here is, for this particular screen, after a delay of about, where is it? 800 milliseconds. That's 0.8 seconds. After a delay of 0.8 seconds, show up this particular modal to come up, right? But for me to do that, right, I need to ensure, okay, I'm using an open overlay. Now let me do something. Let me change this thing to, so let me just okay, let me change the color so that we can see. Let me change the color to red. Now, so if you look at prototype. So what I want to do now is I want to do the swap function. Now coming here after this one, okay, I think there is a after this one, let me say this one should go again. After this, okay, instead of going, I want to swap to this. Swap should be instant. I don't want the swap to be moving up and down. I want the swap to be instant, and then from there it now comes here. So let me remove this particular link. So it should come here to this one after it is done. Now let's try it out. Let's see. So create account. That's a long process though. Boom. Move. Okay. Now continue. So look at this confirm. You can say to swap. Go to swap. Hold on. Let me see. So after this has been, oh, it's on tap. No, it's not supposed to be on tap. So you can see this trigger is on tap. I don't want it to be on tap. I want it to be on after it has been delayed. Now, one thing you need to put into consideration is that you cannot have two after delay on the same component. Now, if there's already an after delay on the component already, and you're trying to select after delay again, you will not see it. Right? It will be disabled. Now, let's take for instance, I want to do on that one, but let me just do this one first. This I want to do on that one again. And I want to do after delay. You can see it is disabled. It's not show. You can only use after delay once on a particular component. Let's go back. Now, from here, this is after delay. So let's go back to that particular process. So I click on it. Changes. You can see it changed just now. It changed. So that's swapping. Okay, let me change the color of this thing so that to look very visible. Okay, so let's go back. Confirm. You can see it change and then moves. Right, that's a swap. So we are saying now what? Let me now show you what happened here. Type again. What we did here was that we said, okay, after this particular screen, like after for this screen, the next action is that from here, give it a time of 0.8 seconds before you open an overlay, and then you open this overlay as you now route it to this particular modal. Now, details about this particular modal are below. Now, this is what it looks like when you open an overlay. You have to talk about the position of that particular overlay. What is the position like? Right now, there's centered, there's top left, there's top right, top center, top right, bottom left, bottom center, bottom right. Now, for modals that you usually see on your mobile phones, when they come up from the bottom, right? And it is best it comes from the center. Now, if you are saying top left, let me show you what top left looks like. Look at top left. This is top left. That's top left. That's not what you want. Let me show you. This is top center. What I want is not top center. Right. Now, the reason why you are seeing top center, top left, and they are appearing at the same location is because it is a mobile screen. If it was more like a web screen that is bigger, you see it go to the left side. And because this particular screen is the same size, this particular model is the same size. So let me just show you something now. Let me just shrink this. Let's start again. Let's now show it. See this center. You can see it is different. Just stay at the center because it is not the same size. Right. Now let's look at let's go back. Sorry. Now that is for that. Right. So like I said, you pick top center, top right, bottom left. Normally modals come at the center, bottom center. So I'm going to put bottom center. So meaning that it comes up from the bottom, it comes up. Right. Now we now have okay. How do you want the animation to work? Also, there's a background. You can see here the next thing is saying close when clicking outside, meaning that if I decide to click outside, the modal should close. Like if I decide to click, so if you have your mobile phone today and then the modal comes up, you want to click outside the area of that particular modal, right? So that because your thought is that part clicking outside will close the modal. So that was what we are doing here. That, okay, close it when I click outside the modal. Then add a background to it. Do you want to put the background to it? That's the background that I put that is making it dark, right? You can make sure the background is not. Imagine my background is 100, Imagine if I just pick a color and I put the background as 100. So what will happen here? Look at it. You can see. So now that's why we usually like reduce the opacity. Let's say 25 as it was, right? So that when I go back, you can see it. It's not totally like black. You understand? So now next is moving animation. Now because this is a modal that I want to come up, what type of animation will I use? I want to use moving. It should just come up. You can see that's what I'm using. I'm not using because even all these ones we are using modal. All these ones we disabled, the smart animate and all that thing. What is left is just moving. Now for moving, why am I not using this left? Now let's look at how the left look like. Imagine that's not what I want. Look at it. That's not what I want. I don't want it to come like that. I want it to come from the bottom, not from the top, downwards. Look at it. Nah, that's not what I want. I want it to come from the bottom. So it comes from the bottom, do our thing. And that is all. That is how it's expected to be. So you can see how designing all these things will actually make you look at, oh, this person understands the end-to-end flow, and make you think about the bigger picture, not just thinking, oh, this is how this thing. I want to design a few screens. No, as a designer, you should be prepared to design many screens as possible, because you need those screens to show an end-to-end flow of how the experience and customer journey look like. So yeah, that's just it. So I've showed you how this whole thing works. Let me just Control Z. And that's how you to do that. Control Z anyway. Okay, yeah, I think it's working. Okay, yes, I'm back. Okay, so yes, so I've showed you how the swap works. So that's the swap. You just swapped it, just swap the elements, and that's it. And what other thing do I need to show? So you can see how these screens connect to each other, meaning that you have to like design all those things together, right? And yep. So before I proceed to the last thing I want to show, does anybody have any question? Okay, let me just move on to the sidebar. Now this is the sidebar. This is the sidebar. So how do I trigger this sidebar? So what I've said is that when I click on this particular, where is it? When I click on this particular thing, it should bring up this thing coming to the left. So let's go and show how the interaction looks like. So it's not magic. So when I click on, you can see I've showed you that button, that hamburger menu, that button. When I click on that button, it should open up an overlay. You can see it's on tap, not after delete now, on tap. When I tap on it, it should open up an overlay that will come out top left. Now you can see top left, then move to the right. You can see how you need to be thinking strategically. Oh, how should this animation work? Oh, okay, I want it to come like I want to come like this. Okay, how can I cook the food such that it happens that way? This is how it works, right? Now you can see it's coming to the left. Let me now show you an example. I think I already showed you already. So let's say playing this now. Look at this. If I click on this, you can see that now. Can you see that that smoothness? You see that it reverberates a little bit. You can see that is the gentle feature, the gentle animation I used. You can see it come out from the left. So what I just simply did here was to make use of the top left. Now imagine if I change it to that's top left. Imagine if I change it to top center. Let's look at how it look like. You can see this top center. That's not what I want. I want top left. It's at the left hand side. Imagine if I bottom center. So must do the same thing. Because yes, the image, the size, right? It's not really a desktop. It's actually a mobile screen, so it's small. So it's stay contained in that. But I'm using top left, or let me use top right. Look how top right looks like. This is not what I want, right? What I want is my top left. So yeah, that's how you have it. So that's how this particular animation came to be. So it's not magic, it just came to be, right? So now let's move on. So before I show us the last phase of this particular class, does anybody have any question to ask? I'm expecting to see questions. Any question? I'm going to ask you a question if you don't ask me a question. Okay, since nobody's asking question, let me ask my question. Okay, Emmanuel. Emmanuel, shoot.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. Thank you very much. We really appreciate and it's a very nice one. I think I see when you say the whole prototype stuff. But one thing I want to ask about the prototype,
Yeah.
is is this prototype need to be involved? Like, are you going to involve the user, Abby, or the client, to know how their what they call how they want it to move, or yeah, they want to plan, think about that.
You are the one to think about that. The client doesn't have any business with that. You are the one. See, you are the architect of the
Yes.
product you are working on. The client just has to, the person you are designing for just has to like just so this is it. We are designing a particular product that's professionally now. You're not designing maybe for freestyle, maybe for yourself, maybe you just want to just design something. One, two, you're designing for a company, or three, you're designing for a client. Now, there are some times whereby that's the business side of things. There's some times whereby the clients will be say, "Oh no, I don't want this thing." You know that okay, this is the best experience for the user, but then the client will say, "No, no, no, I want it this way, I want it this way." Sometimes you give it to the client. The client is one paying you, right? Even though you know the best experience, you give the client, "Oh, tell the client, oh, client, this is what I'm thinking, right? If I do it this way, you get his results. If you do this way, you get his results." Clients still want to go with his thing, you go with him then. And then maybe when he sees the errors of his ways, he comes back and lets you. So, but that's by the way. Now, nobody defines how like the interaction is going to look like. You are the one to define that. That's why you're a professional. That's why you're being hired, right? Believe you're professional enough to be able to know, oh, what is the expected experience for this particular user, right? When you click on this button, this is thing that should happen. You as the so and truth is that when you before you start designing anything, right, you have thought about the end to end process, the end to end flow. Okay, when the user actually makes the payment, what is the next thing? Does it go back to the home screen? No, you show him a successful screen. You think about every tiny detail, like every single tiny detail, just to ensure, oh, you have captured the entire experience. You are designing someone's life journey. Just think about it. Oh, person go to primary school, secondary school, tertiary education, to get a job, gets married, gets grandkids, gets his children, blah blah blah, everything. Like you're not putting one experience for the other. You're not saying, oh, the child goes to tertiary education, comes back to secondary school, go to primary school, or now gets married, right? Gets grandkids, gets kids. Like you're making sure that everything is like in depth. Like there's a thoroughly total experience. That's what distinguishes you from someone who is just like someone who doesn't know what he's doing, right? So you as a person, you are the one to think about the entire process, the entire flow, right? Then you show to the client. The client now makes his own proposition. Oh no, I think this will work. I think this doesn't work. I think if you do it this way, but the client doesn't even really care about what's about the interaction, right? Because let me even tell you, let me be honest with you. The developers, they will not look at the interaction. Let me just be honest with you. But you are doing it for presentation purposes, and that's why also as a designer, I always advise people like try to also put documentations down. If you want to do documentations, try and do it like a loom video, like a video to show your developers that oh, this is what this is all about, this is what this is all about. Because sometimes most developers don't even look at the prototype at all. Because once they see the Figma file, they just move into it. They feel doing the prototype is going to waste their time. Instead of them do that. So you need to like ensure that oh, this how do more reason why I even doing a prototype is also to show a demonstration. You're showing a demonstration to the developers, to all the stakeholders basically, because developers will be there to watch. Okay, what has this guy done? Let's even see the interaction and all that. So sometimes that some engineers, some developers will just design some crazy things, and the developer will say no, it's not possible and all that. But still, you need to be able to still show that oh, this is how this particular thing works. You get right. So yeah, that's it. I was able to answer your
Thank
question.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you.
All right, great. Who else? Does anyone else have a question? Should I ask my question? Okay, since I've asked my question. Okay. My asking Oluwateniola Esther. Can you hear me? Teniola Esther, can you hear me? Hello, Teniola Esther. Can you hear me? Okay, maybe she's not there. Um. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So what have you learned so far in the class that we just had? Oh, you're welcome. Teniola, can you hear me? What have you learned so far in the class we just had? Okay, probably she's not there. Nivi, can you help us with that? Nivi, are you there?
Hi. Yes,
Yeah, I
I'm
can hear
here.
you. Yeah, so what have you learned so far in the class?
Okay. So I learned that prototype simply is like a display of what the app should look like, a flow of what the app or website should look like.
Okay, okay,
Mm.
okay. All right, that's fine. So when do you create a prototype? When do you create a prototype? Um, Let me ask. Jacinta, when do you create a prototype?
Okay. When you want to, when you want to know how your design flow, that's the flow of your design. That's when I call it like you testing your
Mm,
design.
yeah. You're kind of correct. You're kind of correct. Right. That's when you want to like create. So what you've created basically are just screens. But for you to create an experience, you need to create a prototype for that to show how they flow. Because just by seeing all the screens scattered everywhere, you can't say, "Oh, this is what I've done." But what brings them together basically is the interaction we do. So, all right. We're already behind schedule, so let me just move on. So this is a what do you call it? A mobile screen. So this is like a web app, right, for a particular international remittance product. So let me just create account, check your email. That should have been sticky, sha. Anyway, so back to login, and then you log in, sign up, complete, right? Continue. Okay, now we are here. So this is a dashboard. This is a web app that I usually mention, right? Different from, so you can see the interaction. Web app different from a normal website or mobile application. You have dashboard, you have this now complete KYC, and this is a side model. This is a side model that comes up. You can see how the model goes back to. You can see it's that's an experience. How was that designed? Let me show you. Because we're wrapping up likely in a few minutes, so I need us to just move through what we've done. Okay, so um let me trace it, let me trace it, let me trace it. Okay, so where is it, Seth? This project has been a while. I don't even know where it is. Okay, I think I should. Yes, so this is it. So if we come to check the experience here, see what it is. It's saying open manual. This is it. Moving, right? Let me use gentle. Moving. So let's try and see how it looks like. Click on this. See the gentle. See how it's came in smoothly, right? So yeah, that let's go. First name, last name, fill the information, save and continue. Right, save and continue. Password, submit documents. Okay. You can see the switch from from that red to this green to this to that amber color. And then yes, so here we are. So account is the account, transactions. I can do this because there are different pages. So it can load virtual cards, beneficiaries, right? Settings. 6 statement was linked. So then you have KYC, you have security. I click on this password, right? You have accounts. So I don't think this statement was linked, so it's not showing. Then you have transactions, you have virtual cards, you have dashboard, right? So you can open a US bank account, could successfully, right? Outflow, inflow, the account, send money, right? So you can continue. What happened here just now, where I click on continue and it's changed again to this screen, it was a swap. So that's you swapping states, one screen to another in the same position. That's a swap. And what else? What else? What else we want to check? Today, this week, last month, blah blah blah. Custom, right? This is my custom calendar, right? So what else? What else? What else? Look at this. There transactions. This list of transactions. All transactions in flow, right? All Nigerian completed pending status, right? Open a transaction, you can see the transaction information. So yeah, that's just like the summary of everything. Check our rates. This is the rates, today's rates. All right. So this is just opening your eyes to the possibilities of what you can do as a designer. You can do way more, right? You just need to just continue practicing, continue like being consistent at what you are doing. Right. So this is just showing you an interaction that happens. You can hide, right? You can basically just have all that, right? So you can view account details, right? You can hide the accounts, see the interaction. I'm hiding these accounts, right? So yes, that is just the experience. You can see Naira, hide it too. Yep. So yeah, that's it. Does anybody have any question before we call the class a wrap?
So, is there a recording for this class? So can you watch again?
Yeah, it's recorded. I think Maka is recording it. So yes, it's recorded. Okay, any more question? Yes, Emmanuel has been the only one asking question. No? Every others here, are you not? I don't know. Are you guys not following? Yeah, I can hear you, man. Yes, go on.
So I think when you are coming to that particular part, what I'm kind of want to understand. Is there
Sorry,
any
I can't
idea
hear you
behind
clearly.
the
Can you speak up? Sorry, I can't hear you clearly. Can you speak up, please?
okay, sorry, I'm on. Now,
Yeah, much better.
okay,
Much better. Thank
yeah,
you.
thank you. So I think I want to ask, is there any idea behind organizing of the screens? Because the way your screen is, they are not all in the same place, actually, which is
Yeah.
not so. The way you organize it is kind of tricky. Is there any idea behind it?
The best way there's no idea. So when I did that screen, that was a long time ago. So I didn't really arrange my screens. I just like scattered it. I intentionally did not arrange it. I think back then I was like very, very busy. So I just scattered it. I didn't have time to arrange it. But if you look at other things, so let me show you. Your designs ought to be organized, right? You need to have make sure your designs are organized. That way it makes it easier for your engineer to work with you, right? So your designs should always be organized. I think I was showing this some a screen. I think that was some days ago. No, I think that was like last week rather, when I showed you how to organize your designs. And that's like one of the best ways to do it. Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen? Can you see how I organize them into various categories, making it
Yeah.
easier for any developer to find whatever. So compared to what I did here, right, it's totally different. Yeah, just scattered everything. Right, it's totally different. Right. So your designs should actually be even here, actually arrange it. Compare, although not as neatly as how I arranged it previously back there. Right. So most of these things were done under pressure. Sorry. But yeah, your designs your designs ought to be neatly arranged, just like you're seeing it here. Right. If you go to the design as well, like for the mobile app, you find out that yeah, also it is also neatly arranged such that the engineers can always come back to see, oh, what did this guy do? Which particular section or module, right? Did this guy work? Do I need to look at? So if the engineer wants to pick something under probably under leaderboard or something, he just needs to just come here and look. Let me look at how this thing looks like. Okay, this is leaderboard, right? This is how it looks like, and all that. So that's just it. So it's best to arrange it properly, not just scattered as you saw it in the previous design.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Any more question? Oh, Desire, shoot.
Sir, while making each section of the app, did you also make low or mid fidelity for them, or were you able to just do them from your brain because of experience?
Okay, that's a tricky question. So, for me, right, I can't remember the last time I did low fidelity. That's on my design for my designs. So I think for this one, for one of them, I was doing low fidelity because it was actually required. They needed it for something. But for me, honestly, I don't do low fidelity designs. What I just do, I just sketch. Right, I just basically sketch what I want to do. Right, I basically just sketch what I want to do on my paper. Once I sketch it out, believe you me, that design is done. For me, sketching is about 70%. 30% is designing. So I'm able to sketch something, articulate, okay, understand everything end to end. I'm able to design the end to end. Like I'm able to just design how it looks like. Design is a small thing. So for you, right? People usually say low fidelity, low fidelity. Yeah, it's good. But for me, for me, right? I basically don't do low fidelity. What I just do is I just pick my pen, take a piece of paper. I think about the idea like I need to work on. Okay, what is the brief I was given? What do I need to work on? I pick it up and start editing, start drawing sketches. Right now, I want you guys to look beyond the usual boot camp methodologies that they would say, okay, you do this, you do low fidelity. Yeah, they are good actually, but in a way, it's actually for me. If I want to present something to my stakeholders, for me, they won't actually resonate with low fidelity, right? They won't actually make sense of it, right? So it's more like a sketch. I can go and show my sketch to my stakeholder and say, oh, stakeholder is when when I mention stakeholder, I'm saying, okay, maybe your executives, right, or the clients himself, right, or the big bosses that you need to show your designs, those things, right? Now, I can't show them that. What I show them is the high fidelity because they will relate more with how it looks like, and from there, although that may be more time because that's a little back and forth. You have to go and start editing and everything, but yet it saves. It's much easier to relate to it, and also that's why you also need to be able to still when you actually get a brief from someone, you need to be able to ask questions, ask quality questions. Okay, and if you've given a brief that okay, or a PR reader, this is what you need to build or design, right? Read, study the document in depth, and then start asking yourself questions. Okay, what happened when the person does this? That's when the person now find out, oh, I didn't want that in there. Okay, this is what happens. Right? It makes you a valuable person that oh, you're able to think deep. So actually, product design is you thinking critical. I mean, thinking well. Where and that's why even for me, over time, it became so addictive where I'm on the road yet I'm thinking about the problem I need to solve. That's like a design problem, not like I'm solving anybody's problem. Like a design problem where something I need to work on the project and then I'm thinking about how the design work. Okay, in the like basically like literally thinking. So there's basically no day you won't see me thinking about something because there's always work to do. And I'm always thinking, okay, what is the best way to show this problem to solve this problem? What is the best way to show this solution? Okay, let's be like this. Okay, let's use a graph. Let's use a pie chart. How will pie chart work? What are the variables involved? Those things like are very, very important, right? So for me, just sketch it out. When I sketch it and it makes sense to me, move straight to high fidelity. So yeah, that's the answer to that question. I don't know if I was able to answer your question. So for you, right, I believe that as time goes on, you'll be able to train your mind and build your capacity. You'll be able to like think deeper as regard like based on the more you solve problems, the more you try to address issues, right? And when you try to like work on projects, your eyes will basically be open to many things. And then from there, you don't need to start once you draw your sketch, you also know the possibility, the technical feasibility. So not all things are technically feasible. Yeah, now someone was showing a gradient or one gradient of one card. Engineers will say for you. Engineers will beat you. So like some things that are obtainable, right? That's why you also need to know your engineer